Sagittarius, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. Happy day, happy Taurus season. We finally have moved into some earth energy, hopefully helping to soak up all of that water, all of the emotion that we've been feeling that has been triggered lately in the collective. We have this cluster of planets in Pisces, and it's dealing specifically with our relationships, with how we think, feel about ourselves, what we feel like we deserve, etc. And then how that's actually manifesting in real time. The people, the dynamics that need attention, that need some change, a little TLC, and then who's actually like willing to work on that stuff with us. It's revealing a lot. It's been emotional. Be gentle with yourself through this process. It does feel really overwhelming, but the silver lining is it really is leading to new beginnings. New beginnings and alignment with people's situations that are more heart honoring for ourselves. We're actually having a new moon in Taurus in a couple of days. New moons are great at setting new intentions or readjusting old ones as well. And making a plan of action is what I'm hearing. Mars, the energy of momentum, new opportunities coming in is a little bit stagnant right now. Not meaning things are not happening, but they're just happening a little slower than what we want. So we have to get really clear about what that is and what that looks like to better know how to move forward. That's why I like to start off these readings with an energy cleansing, set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out any blocks, obstacles we might be coming into. It's also a great time to set your own intention for the reading as well, Sagittarius, especially if you've come in with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over, be open to receive. Great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, etc. Or if you're just looking for a realignment of mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as holistic, Ayurvedic holistic wellness consultations. When we're aligned, when we feel good in who we are and what we want and what we're going after, we're more apt to manifest happiness, abundance, fulfillment, right? Because we're not looking at or drawing to ourselves those short-lived pursuits. We're learning a lot about that right now. So all that info to get into contact with me, Sagittarius, is in the description box below. I would love to help, honor, support UPA in whatever way possible. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. All right, Sagittarius. So I feel like you've had some dashed hopes is what I'm hearing. Like maybe you're not feeling as supported as you once were, or there has been a time of reshuffling where you feel destabilized. Sorry. Sorry about that. Oh no, my candles went out. I apologize. I didn't notice that. All right. So I don't know. It's definitely forcing you to go back to the drawing board. I feel like you've been it almost feels fuzzy. It's kind of been hard to sift through what has happened. I do feel like you're definitely looking for a little bit of magic, hoping something good happens. The blue moon is connected with second chances and magic, like I said. But this value of I think you're looking at something, you're looking at a situation, you want to reconnect or reinvest, but it's really hard. Like there's something about it that is kind of touching your vanity, your pride, maybe not really knowing how to approach this situation, Sagittarius, but also kind of being a little bit like, I don't want to admit anything, or I don't want to hear anything that I don't want to look at, right? A little bit of resistance. And as I'm saying this, as I'm recording this reading, the sun is tensely aspected to Pluto. So sun is our ego, Pluto's all about change. And our ego's having a really hard time with the change. This is the second time this has popped out. But it looks like if you sit, think things through, gather your thoughts, gather your words, how you want to communicate, you're going to feel more empowered. I don't know. There's something about this that it's like you don't want to give your power away. I think that that's where that vanity pride is coming into play. Like maybe you've been put in situations where people will push you down or demean you, or you're afraid of being rejected, right? Like that's totally a legit fear. But I don't think it's as bad as maybe what you're thinking it to be, right? Because you're headed towards this place of abundance, wealth, prosperity. I feel like you've kind of had a rough time getting there. And so at this point, from this perspective, it's hard to believe, okay, you saw me shuffle, that's in your blocked energy. The cards never lie. I love it. You've worked really hard to get here. And so, but you're not really necessarily seeing a lot of evidence of this, right? You have an opportunity to work with someone on something. And this does feel like it's connected to whatever you're looking for another chance around. Again, your pride is getting in the way. So be mindful of that. Like I said, the sun actually has been pretty negatively aspected lately. So it, again, is that value of our pride, our ego taking a hit. It's not easy. It's not easy. Some of this change, some of what we're seeing about people, about situations, how they're treating us, or the dynamics, or whatever, it's humbling, you know? And not only is it humbling, we're trying to like wrap our mind around the whys, not necessarily, getting all the answers. But again, like, I don't know if it's as bad as maybe what you're thinking or what you're perceiving it to be. Because it looks like you and someone else, you're just starting something new, starting something fresh, doing things a little bit differently. The Fool energy to me is always like newbie energy, right? It's just someone who doesn't have their footing, is trying things out. They might not know exactly where they're going or where they're headed. So maybe some of the stuff, maybe the way certain things comes across to you feels a little bit like, again, why this vanity and pride is taking priority. Like, well, why would they do that? Or what do they mean by that? And maybe they don't even mean anything by it, right? You're hesitant though, like as the Page of Cups, you're offering something, right? But the Page of Cups is always a small offer. It's like, let me keep this simple because I don't want it to go in any sort of way. Keeper of Coins. So coming in as the Queen of Coins, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy, choosing to be like stable and grounded with the choices that you're making. I can understand why you're a little bit hesitant around a certain conversation happening, because it does look like, I don't know, it's like you can feel it. Maybe you did something. I mean, here's the thing, I'm not blaming you by saying this, but I feel like it kind of looks like you made a choice and you know it's going to come back and bite you in the butt, is basically what this is saying, this Tower. Because you're keeping something under lock and key, and I feel like whatever you're kind of like, it's not hiding. I don't think that you're doing anything sneaky. I don't necessarily get that. But maybe just like leaving information out, right? Like maybe I don't want to fully divulge this, that, and the other. I don't know. I don't know what you're dealing with. It feels a little bit like I said, like they might not be as refined or have as much knowledge or strength as you in a certain area. So maybe that's some of the stuff that you're taking personally, which it feels like don't. because I don't necessarily see this person coming after you either. I feel like this is conversations about next steps, how that's going to look, how that's going to play out. They also look like they're looking at other opportunities, or there's other things going on for them. And in their mind, it's like, okay, but I'm still like giving this to Sagittarius. I'm still like offering this or whatever with this Ace of Cups. It's like for like future plans is what I'm hearing, right? Like, well, if you do this, then I'll do this. I don't know if you're receiving it that way though, because you feel like you need to self-protect. And I feel like this is definitely part of this Tower. And again, this vanity, this pride, sometimes we do have to just like humble ourselves and let it be what it is if we want something to work out. If you want this second chance, right? Because I do feel like that offer, that opportunity is there, but I also feel like the way that it's coming about is putting you on the defensive. We've actually been seeing this a lot lately in the past few readings I've been doing. I don't know. I think that you are going to assess whether it's worth it to you or not. And Spirit's saying to look at it through the perspective of what is making you prosperous and abundant in this time, right? It might not be the answer that you're expecting, Sagittarius. You might be not second guessing yourself, but I feel like there's other options that your vanity pride is like closing off, like kind of dismissing or not addressing, not acknowledging, that type of thing. I mean, here's the thing. It looks like you kind of see and kind of get it, but I feel like there is some hard truths coming out this week that depending on how you want to move forward, I don't know, like we have to, but that's part of like what we're having to sift through right now. That's part of that Saturn in conjunction with Venus, like I was talking about in the very beginning. Saturn in conjunction with Neptune as well. And Uranus. It's like finding different ways to work together, to work in harmony, even when it is like not what we want. Saturn's also positively aspected to the North Node, which is all about evolution. So if we want to evolve, if we want to be the better version of ourselves, if we want more wealth, abundance, prosperity, part of that is learning how to work with the dynamics, right? Not everything is perfect. And there is this element of surrender, of letting go of maybe the things that don't seem so fair, or like I said, where you do really want to self-protect. You're still in this mode of self-protection at the end of the week. But you're also, I'm seeing like Four of Pentacles, it's like you're sitting on it and thinking about it, you know? You haven't made one way or another and made a choice. And I think that this choice is going to heavily depend on how you're feeling, what you're thinking, and then what comes out in that moment. But if you do take a minute to kind of just relax, release, not put so much pressure on yourself, there's more here. There's more here for you than what you're seeing. There's a doorway, but like moving through this is going to take a lot of strength. And it's coming from this space of you slowing down. You very much are in your masculine energy, i.e. like knowing who and what you want to deal with, what you want to put up with, etc. But, and I think also like fire sign, you're like, let's make it happen, yada, yada. But some of that is to your detriment right now. I don't know if I talked about it in this video, but Mars is really weirdly aspected where it's forcing us to slow down. And because of that, that is where that surrender and taking your time is coming into play. Like I said, you have wealth on the other side of the coin. But I think that there's a need to take a step back, think things through, how you want this relationship to move forward. there is a lot of abundance here, but it is going to require you to kind of like see that essentially, you know, like topically, you know, but then I think underneath the surface, like this is really just getting clear on like your wants and needs and how this matches up accordingly, if it even matches up accordingly, right? So I hope this helped. Thankfully, just the energy for this next week. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you found messages that resonate here for you. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I love to hear, or just say, hey, share in a little love, little TLC, because I so appreciate all the love, all the support you bring to the channel. No, I'm sending it back your way.